The WCA home has private rooms for seniors who need assisted living. We are a nonprofit home founded 125 years ago for women, now seeking approval for men. Our mission has always been top-notch assisted living. Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Doc Hamels, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. And to all of our listeners on WRFA 107.9, low power to the people, good afternoon, and Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. Glad you could join us, whether it's radio or TV. And as I always say, if you can't catch us right now live, you can always go to YouTube, and we're going to be there for eternity, forever and ever, and you can watch us over and over again. All right, so we got a good show in store for you today, and we'll get to that in a little bit. I was driving over here to the studio, and I saw a Chautauqua Sunrise. I don't know if you guys did, Justin or Emerald, our camera people here today, but just as I was heading towards Mayville, it was pitch black out. Well, it was almost there, but the sun was just coming up under the clouds, so it was really, really cool. But we're in the fall season, and that's why we live up here. That's what we always say to people. We don't go to Florida, we don't go to California because we like the four seasons. Well, here it is. Here's number 3. And so I'm already hearing complaints about you know what, but it'll come eventually. But that's later on, hopefully like in February maybe. But they're saying a drier winter. I don't know what that means, what drier means, but we'll see. Also, always want to remind you in the month of October, we always try to highlight the fact that it's Breast Cancer Awareness. And that everybody, not just women, but everybody, if you have any concerns whatsoever, please go to your doctor, go to your hospitals, get your mammograms, get checked out, all right? Just as I mentioned before, my mom was a 35-year survivor of breast cancer. She had a mastectomy and lived a wonderful life for many, many years. So don't fret, get out there, get it checked out, and it's very treatable in many cases. You wait too long, then you got lots of issues, so take care of it. I want to remind you that each year, Destination Chautauqua, which is another show here at Access Chautauqua, through Chris Burt and company, he features a variety of different programs, like we do the 4th of July parade in Mayville every year. Well, we're going to have one interview this year with Judy Eineck, who's running for State Assembly, and she's going to be in the studio later today, and we're going to broadcast that throughout the week. Just as a general statement, we invite almost all the general candidates at the upper echelon, usually from like the county level on up, to come, and they're invited whether or not they choose to be here or if they can work out their schedules. That's up to them. So we've only got one interview so far. We may have more before the voting season is finalized, but I do want to mention that Judy will be interviewed later today. And of course, November 6th is Election Day, and if you don't go out and vote and have that right and don't exercise it, shame on you. That's something that many countries in this world would love to have and have died to have. So please, November 6th, get out and vote. I don't care which way you vote, just do it. Okay, we have some announcements to make, and then we're going to get to our guests that are waiting very patiently. So let's start out with Gold Rush. All right. And that's slide 16 on my sheet. No, I'm on the wrong spot. I'm sorry, Jeff. All right, he jumped ahead for me. I had the page upside down. I do this every Saturday morning. All right, Gold Rush. It's barbecue and cash prizes up to $1,000. It's going to be next Saturday. It's sponsored by my home club, the Westfield Mayville Rotary. Now listen to this. I'm going to read this for you. This is really fun. A mouth-watering chicken and ribs barbecue dinner, lots of laughs, and a suspense-building reverse draw raffle for cash up to the grand prize of $1,000 are on the menu of the Rotary Club of Westfield Mayville's Gold Rush event. Will you be the holder of a cash-winning ticket? This fun, casual affair is set for Saturday, October 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Easton Hall in Westfield, New York. The Chevette's barbecue chicken, which is from 6 to 6:45 p.m., includes barbecue chicken and ribs, baked beans, coleslaw, roll and butter, as well as dessert, soft drinks, coffee, or water. Adults are reminded that this is a bring-your-own-bottle event. Everyone is invited to bring their favorite beverages and snacks to enjoy during the drawing of the tickets and to have a party within the party. Beginning at 6:45, there will be the reverse draw raffle for cash prizes anywhere from $10 to $1,000, plus a 50-50 ticket drawing for more cash. Raffle participants must be 18 years of age, and winners need not be present. Tickets are $30, and they're going fast. They only sell 275 tickets, and so if you're interested, get a hold of a Rotary member or Linda Dunn. It's 326-3012, or any member from our club. Often individuals purchase more than one ticket in order to increase the odds of having their lucky tickets randomly drawn from the barrel. Also, these tickets make great gifts for family, friends, and colleagues. Though some of the tickets do not win cash prizes for their holders, excitement builds as less tickets are left in the barrel and the value of cash prizes rise. So get your tickets this week. Gather up a group of friends together and come to October 27th Gold Rush at Easton Hall. I didn't write that, but that was pretty good. I am the MC for that. I don't know how many years now. We have lots of fun, and I get to read every one of the 275 tickets and try to pronounce everybody's name that has 14 vowels in it. That's really tricky business. I guess because they figure I practice here at the studio that I could do that. Lots of fun, and truly, someone's going to win $1,000. I've given away $1,000 every year. So $30 goes for dinner and helps raise funds. It's a fundraiser for the work that Rotary does, and all that money goes right back into the community through all kinds of programs that they do. Okay, Jeff, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the announcements now, and where I should have started. Okay, Rolling Hills Radio presents Ramblin' Jack Elliott at Shawbucks, 6:30 p.m. Monday, October 22nd. One of the last true links to the great folk traditions of this country is the guest on Rolling Hills Radio. Folk legend Ramblin' Jack Elliott in Jamestown, New York is going to be hosted by Ken Harley, and he's going to open up the 2018-19 season of Rolling Hills Radio. He was the mentor to Bob Dylan, a traveling companion of Woody Guthrie and Cisco Houston, and a pivotal figure in the history of folk music. All of the programs are live and take place at Shawbucks, which is a great venue. I was there to see Tom Paxton. 5:30 has what they call a happy rolling hour. Food and drink are available until 6:15. Then they shut everything off, at which time audience members take their seats and the house lights dim. Audio and video recording begins promptly at 6:30. This is a live recorded show. The bar opens again 10 minutes at an intermission, and then again after the show And the part that's really cool is you get some of these really phenomenal musicians and entertainers, and there's a meet and greet. I went right up to Tom Paxson, who is like a legend. He's got Grammy Awards and everything. Went right up, talked to him, told him a story of my own musical background. We had a good laugh, and he was just so wonderful to meet, and that's true of all the performers. If you're interested, it's $20 for tickets. And if you're interested, go to the Rolling Ticket Hotline at 294-0416 or go to rollinghillsradio.org/tickets. Okay, let's go to Asheville, and we're going to go to the Children's Safety Education Village right now, and they want you to know they are going to have their Halloween Fun Fair. All right, there's the poster, and that's going to be this Wednesday. I can't believe it's already the 20th of October. Woo. Okay, so it's going to be held on October 24th, Wednesday, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Children 12 plus, it says here. General admission is $3. Children 4 to 12 are $2. 3 and under are free. There's going to be food, train rides, kettle corn, cotton candy, face painting, costumes are encouraged, pictures with, oh boy, Moana and Optimus Prime and a whole lot more. And this is such a fun event because it's safe, it's controlled, it's in the confines of the safety village. You don't have to worry about kids running out into the streets or whatever, and they get to see other kids in costume. So Halloween Fun Fair, Children's Safety Education Village, right down the road up from here, 394, right at the BOCES Center, Hughes Center. Okay, check it out. All right, now we'll go to the second page, and we're going to drop down, and we're going to go to Westfield for the Chicken and Biscuit Dinner that's being sponsored by the Westfield Memorial Hospital Auxiliary. You know, look at that chicken. It's going to be held November 5, day before Election Day, from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church in Westfield. Adults are $10, children under 10 are $5. It's I don't know who writes these things, because it just, you wouldn't believe how many things I got to change as I'm reading. It's sit down, not sight down. Sit down or take out, it's up to you. And for $10, how do you beat that for dinner, okay? And if you don't know what the auxiliary does, they do phenomenal work for the hospital. They've renovated all the rooms and just made it beautiful and feel welcoming when you go into the hospital. So thank you for that, and check out their Chicken and Biscuit Dinner. All right, the next one, Home for the Holidays, palette painting with Rena. Palette painting, okay. They give me these tongue twisters sometimes. That wasn't too bad. This is going to be held Saturday, December 1. Oh, this is going to be in Westfield from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Grape Discovery Center. Cost is $25. Rena will paint Home for the Holidays on a 14 by 16 inch wood palette. Wines and snacks available to purchase during the event. If you want to know more information, give them a call at 326-2003 or go to thegrapediscoverycenter.com for more information. And as you know, the Grape Discovery Center does wonderful work and promotes the grape industry all along the lakeshore here in Chautauqua County. I think that, I have one more. Okay, and we don't have a slide for this, but I want to remind you that a week from today is National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. We had Melanie Wachowski here last week, and we were talking about this. And there's going to be collection sites here in Chautauqua County, one at Chautauqua Mall, near the JCPenney parking lot, Southside Pharmacy, Westfield Family Physicians, and All-Star Ambulance in Dunkirk. And so if you have any old pills in bottles or whatever, no sharps, they said, or strips and things like that, but just pills, October 27th is the day you can get rid of them from 10 to 2. And I know lots of times we have old pills that we no longer need, or we took them for a while and then we don't need them anymore, or somebody had them and you don't know where they came from, whatever. Get rid of them. This way kids aren't getting into them and you're not taking the wrong meds as well. All right, reminder, and Jeff popped it up and I forgot to mention, if you or your organization has something you want to share, give us a call right now, today, 753-5225, or you can send us an email with your information. You can always get it to us through Facebook or the website there, and we're happy to share your information, your club organization, whether it's a fundraiser, just a fun event, an anniversary perhaps, just somebody's special birthday, send us a picture even. We're happy to do it right here at Chautauqua Sunrise. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back with my guests who are patiently waiting. So this is for you. We'll be right back.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Back to Chautauqua Sunrise. And to kind of frame today's discussion, I've had the honor to host 225 shows, Justin, something like that now. All right, and I've worked with Reed Powers over the years with his show, Senior Report. And one of the things that's outstanding to me is living here in Chautauqua County all these years. I've lived the majority of my life here in Chautauqua County. But when you realize how many people are working for the good of others, this is a great county. It supports itself, and there's just so many facets of this county. I'm still trying to discover them all here at Chautauqua Sunrise. And today is with no exception. So I want to welcome representatives of the Blue Star Mothers organization, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. And Sue, Rowley, you have returned, so I guess we didn't scare you off last time.
No, not at all.
And I'll let you do all the introductions in a moment.
Okay.
But you are the president?
I'm the president of Lake Erie, New York, Chapter 4.
Okay, so why don't you introduce your colleagues here,
Yes.
and we'll get started.
Okay, well, sitting next to me is Kathy Collver. She is our vice president, and she is my right hand. I couldn't do anything without her.
Mhm.
She's wonderful, and I love her dearly. And Kathy works very hard alongside of all of us with Blue Star Mothers.
Mhm.
And next to her is Lori Wilson. She's one of our associate members, which makes me very proud to have her here. And it proves that you don't have to be a mother to be part of our group.
Okay.
She works for Lakeshore Savings. We met her through them. She contacted me and wanted to help us with collections, and she's been part of us ever since. And we love having her. She's wonderful.
Okay, good morning. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the line a little bit, and I'm going to talk to me about why you are involved with the Blue Star Mothers. And let's start out with, what is it? Because a lot of people may not be aware of this.
A lot of people don't know who the Blue Star Mothers are. But we are mothers of military. My son has served in the U.S. Air Force, deployed with the Army 5 times in the last 13 years. He's a master sergeant in the Air Force. And the first time he deployed, I was lost. And I found my passion with Blue Star Mothers, because all of the fear that you feel when your child serves, and you know that fear, when they go off to war, and all that you feel, we can take that, and instead of curling up in a fetal position on the couch, like I did the first time, we take that anguish and that all that energy, and we focus on something positive, and we are able to support our military, veterans, Gold Star families, and one another as our children serve. It's very, very, very important, and it just like in any peer-to-peer program, we are peer-to-peer for each other, and in any peer-to-peer program, you feel it helps you to help others. And knowing that we are sending care packages to our troops, which we're just beginning to do, prepare to do again, that makes us feel like we're doing something positive, not only for our own children, who 9 times out of 10 aren't there at Christmas, but we take all that passion, we've kind of adopted all of them, and we've become their mothers.
Okay. Well, you were alluding to that I knew what you were
Yes.
talking about. And as we've mentioned before on the show, my oldest son, just retired.
Oh,
25
goodness.
years.
God bless him. Yeah.
Yeah. God bless me too.
Yes.
Because
Yes, and your wife.
my wife was the one that was ready to curl up in the fetal position, and it's really hard to explain until you are the spouse
Amen.
of a mother of a son that you realize, number one, you never tell her anything that he tells you because she'll beat you up till you tell her. So Scott and I had an agreement, don't tell me anything. Just, I don't want to know, because then she'll think that I'm lying to her or whatever. So
He can now.
and that's
Now
an
he can.
important thing. You have to have that the spouse has to have an agreement with the mom that you're not holding anything back, no secrets, because that's really hard. And then the fact that he was deployed, like you said, many times more than I care to mention. But and here's whether it's funny or not. So he's retiring. So I'm finally we got through that, and we're going to be all right. So what's he going to be? He's applying to be a cop in Dallas.
Oh, good. Right. Worry number two.
Worry number two. So thank you, Scott, for that. You're going to make your mother even crazier. But I do understand exactly what you're talking about. I don't experience it, but I understand what you're saying because it's just different for moms. Kathy, what in the world got you into the Blue Star Moms?
Yes. So I found out about the Blue Star Mothers through the Memorial Day Parade. And they were marching by. My first son, had just gone into, well, he was actually in the, what do you call that, college program? ROTC, thank you.
You said ROTC.
Yeah, in the ROTC program. And so when I saw this organization, I thought, I've got to find out who those people are because I'm going to need this group.
I remember that day.
And so I followed them into the cemetery at the end of the parade, and I just kind of cozied up next to Susan. I didn't know her at the time, and I'm like, can you tell me how I can get involved with you? And she gave me this huge smile and was like, yes, here's my card. And so I went to the next meeting, and since then, I had a son in the Army and a son in the Marine Corps.
Oh my gosh.
And my daughter's husband was in the Navy. So I, at one point, had 3 in.
Oh my gosh.
And Susan does not underestimate when she says how much we need each other during these times, especially when they go through deployments. But not only that, just even stateside, even boot camp.
Yeah, where are they? What are they doing?
What are they? Yeah, and
It's just that,
TDYs.
I call it free-floating anxiety.
yes.
It's just on your mind all the time. And,
Right.
Yeah.
And so joining with a group of moms helped me emotionally to be able to just, find somebody who really got it with me. And then, as Susan said, to be able to just put hands to some of that emotion and actually do something.
Do something. How can I help the situation?
And I was shocked when I realized how much it means to these soldiers and airmen and Marines. It's huge to them. I kind of had this idea that it was going to be more about making me feel better, and it did, for sure, but it was also so important to show them our support. And we have just binders full of thank you notes and letters and cards and pictures and just really heartfelt things about how much our support means to them. And I never speak of the Blue Star Mothers without recalling one of my favorite cards. We always laugh about it.
Sure.
And it was just very simple. It was a thank you note, and it
Do
said,
you have it with you?
I do, somewhere in this binder.
Okay.
I will find it.
Okay.
And it said, girlfriends and wives may come and go, but moms remain constant. And that really was like, yep, I know wives are important, I know girlfriends are important, but we're mothers.
Absolutely. When you were talking about how they appreciate things, I don't know how many times we packed Swedish fish, those tubes of potato chips, Pringles, and all that stuff, because those are things that Scott could never get overseas.
Right.
And so she would drive me crazy looking for all these things and then packing them up. And I was the one that had to go to the post office all the time, put the APO addresses, and make sure I had the right whatever it was. And then
Try doing
all
that
the
by
questions.
1,000.
Yeah.
At Christmas, that's
I
what we do.
bet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So anyways, so they certainly do appreciate it. And like you said, you don't realize that they're so far from home.
Yeah.
And they're young.
Yes.
They're young. We think of them as these crusty old generals, and they're not. They're like 19, 20, they're young 20s. So, all right, well, we'll come back to that. Lori, okay, so somehow you felt that you needed to get involved. So how did that all happen?
Well, like Susan said, I work at Lakeshore Savings Bank.
What town?
The branch by Wegmans.
Okay. In Jamestown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Technically, it's Jamestown, West
Ellicott. Yeah, okay.
I'm the assistant branch manager there.
Okay.
And at the time, I was a teller, and I would see these deposit slips or whatever, what have you. And I asked, who are the Blue Star mothers? They explained it to me, and I said, well, is there anything I can do to help? My daughter is very young and not serving, but is there a way I could be of use? So,
wow.
Almost 5 years later, here we are, and I enjoy the care package, buying things for care packages, even if it's something small. When my daughter and I are out at the store, we'll find something that, they're really going to enjoy this. So we pick something up here and there, and then I got Lakeshore involved. I asked if we could make it a branch-wide fundraiser, awareness raiser, and we are now in our 3rd year of collecting items at all of our Lakeshore locations, including administrative offices. So I just get so much fulfillment myself.
Good for you.
So
good for you.
I appreciate everything that you do.
Excellent. And then, for those who are listening right now and watching, we always hear about the big movements where troops are, like Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever, but we forget we've got troops everywhere in the world. And a lot of times you don't hear about them. I mean, they might be in South Korea. They might be out in the middle of Africa. Well, Scott was in Africa quite a bit. But down in, some island doing patrol work or whatever, or places we don't talk about because we don't know about, but they're out there. And when they get these things, it's a nice connection home. Okay, so let's talk about what was the history of the Blue Star Moms, do you know? And the mothers.
Well, yeah, the Blue Star Mothers started actually during World War I.
That far back?
Slightly. They started, do you remember that story? It's a general or something that his son was in, and he started it for his wife. And just kind of a support group, type of thing. But during World War II, it really started. I think it was 42 in Flint, Michigan. General, can't remember his name, but he was out of Michigan, and he put an ad in the paper and said, because they get to thinking, how can we get support from home and help from home, because all these men and boys were leaving, and we need a support group. We need someone to support our troops from home, and they got to thinking, and who better than to ask a bunch of moms, and the moms with all that missing their boys and girls, and and all that passion that they feel for their children. So they put an ad in the paper and expected maybe 20 or 30 to show up, and over 300 showed up. And they realized, we're onto something here. And the Blue Star Mothers were born.
Wow.
We were congressionally chartered as a national group in 1960. So when we go to our national convention, as we vote on changes or different things in our bylaws, it has to go past the Congress to be passed.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is big time.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. It's pretty important. We had our last convention down in Washington, D.C., and we visited Arlington, and we, 3 of our national president and 2 of our moms were able to place the wreath on the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And then afterwards we went down into the basement of the chapel, and it wasn't really built for 250 moms, but we were in there, just sardine packed in there, and it was a Marine woman, a female Marine comes in full uniform, and she started singing the national anthem, and we all joined in. And I'll tell you what, that was the most beautiful moment. I can tell you the sound coming out of that room was just amazing. People were outside videotaping, and it was a moment I'll never forget. But those are just part of the moments of being a Blue Star mom. I've had many moments I'll never forget, but I think our favorite is our Christmas care packaging.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming up again.
Okay.
We're collecting currently. We have a list of collection sites that if anybody's interested in helping us. Last year, with our community's help, we were able to send 920 care packages to our troops. We packed them all within 3 hours, because over 300 of our community members showed up and helped. We couldn't do any of this without our community.
No.
Nothing. We say we're the vehicle because we can get the addresses, we can get the packages together.
Right.
But our community are the ones, they're our fuel. They're the ones that they donate money for our care packages. We spent last year $20,000 on postage.
Wow.
And that's been supported by our community because of their love for our veterans and our military and our deployed, and the patriotism in this county is amazing. It's abundant. And I didn't realize it until that morning. And you walk in that room. We're going to be at the Fluvanna Community Church on December 1st, starting at 9 a.m. Any of our community is welcome to come and join us. The patriotism in that room is amazing. It will warm your heart. It will make your Christmas. It will renew your faith in mankind. So
Wow.
come and join us.
Okay, two quick questions. I can say that. And I know Kathy's got something she wants to share here. So first of all, I've been getting questions and things in my ear and popping up. So
Okay.
why Blue Star? Not Yellow Star, Orange Star, whatever.
Okay, well, our military,
Oh, she got a
here it is.
prop here.
Our military
Okay.
are the Blue Stars, okay?
Okay.
This is a Blue Star banner right here.
Right.
And this is what we hang in our windows.
It's in our kitchen window right now.
Yes. And we never want to be
Yeah.
gold.
Right.
Because a gold star is placed over the blue when you lose a child during a time of service, during a time of war. And I just thank God every day that my son has been able to come home from 5 deployments. And you too. And it's, and I've presented way too many Gold Star banners
Yes.
in our county. And it's an honor to do that, but it's the hardest thing I've ever done. Yeah. To go to a family member who's just lost a loved one.
I understand gold to a degree. Is there a significance of the blue?
The blue, it's a Blue Star is a military member.
Okay.
So
So somewhere along the line, blue was significant for
Right.
the military.
Yeah.
And when you see Blue Star highways and Blue Star this and Blue Star that, people will take pictures of it and say, "Oh, Susan, I thought of you," and send it to me.
Nice.
And it's very sweet, very sweet. But it's not the mothers. It's the Blue Star represents our military,
Okay.
and so we're Blue Star mothers.
Right.
We're the mothers of the military.
The other question, I think, if I understood it correctly, like for instance, if one of my grandkids was in the military, you can be a Blue Star grandma.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't matter generational.
Nope.
You know?
Nope.
Okay.
If you have a family member serving, you're Blue Star family. And you are forever a Blue Star family. It doesn't end when they retire, so you'll always be a Blue Star dad. It never ends. So, I've had people say to me, "Oh, my son served, but I'm not a Blue Star mother anymore." Oh, yeah, you are. And you don't have to be a member of our organization to be a Blue Star family or Blue Star parent.
You're adopted, no?
Yeah,
you're
you
stuck.
are. When your child lifts their right hand and takes the oath to support and defend our country, you are a Blue Star parent.
So I think what my take from that is that where was I going with this? is that even though your son or daughter is no longer in the service, they still may have issues, right?
Oh, definitely.
And what are some of those issues?
PTSD is a huge factor in our veterans world today, and it has been since, I'm sure, since the Revolutionary War. I mean, war is awful.
Yeah.
And I always say to veterans, I never experienced what you experienced. I experienced what your mother experienced.
Right.
But I never experienced what you experienced. So I don't try to pretend that I understand what they've been through.
Mm-hmm.
However, we do have a program, and our wonderful Senator Young has, she's secured funding for it, and it's called the Dwyer
Right,
program.
we talked
and
about
we were
that
here
a
with
few weeks
Dwyer,
ago.
yes. And Cindy Reedy is a wonderful director of that. And if anybody wants to know any more information on that, they can call Senator Young's office, and we'll get them
And the phone number there?
Our Jamestown office is 664-4603.
Okay. And the reason why I asked you that question is that though they're out of their military active service, a lot of that still lingers, as you said, with PTSD and things like this. And we still have to be supportive of them for many years to come.
Many years to come.
Sometimes.
Yes.
So, and we have to be understanding.
Understanding.
And there's support for them to support their soldier or
Exactly.
whatever.
And I love getting some of these people, the veterans, involved in this. I don't know how many of them came up and just said, thank you for letting us know about this. A lot of our veteran community support us in many, many ways.
Yeah.
They collect, they give us donations for postage, and they come and help. And it's so important. They say that they remember receiving care packages at Christmas, and it meant how much it meant to them. And to give back like that,
Payback, yeah.
that's what helps. That's what heals a little. I can't take all of it away, but a little bit. It just to give back and know that you gave back to someone who experienced what you've experienced, who's experiencing what they've experienced.
And then Greg Carlson and other representatives of the Chautauqua County Veteran Services, they always share data with me, and I'm still shocked. And I'll ask people this quite often when we're talking about veterans. And for those who are listening right now, there's over 11,000 veterans in Chautauqua County. So we're not talking about a handful. We're talking about a lot of people. I mean, I live in a town that has less than 3,000, so that's like 4 Ripleys. I mean, that's a lot of people that need support.
Absolutely.
All right, Kathy, you've been very patient sorting things here. So what do you have for us today?
Well, I have this neat binder
It's a big old binder.
that's just full of thank you notes and different events that we've had, and sometimes pictures of troops that we have sent care packages to. And how many flags have we received now? I think 3 different flags.
Why don't you hold up one of those if you like, and see if we can catch it on there.
Yeah. So here's
So
an example.
You get flags from where now?
Well, from different troops that we have sent, or platoons that we have sent care packages to.
Okay.
And then they'll often send us a thank you in the form of a flag, an American flag,
Okay.
that has flown over one of their,
Afghanistan and Iraq.
many times.
Very nice.
Yes, we just received one
Bagram.
last week.
I wish I'd brought it.
I know, and it was all nicely framed.
Right.
And these people often don't even know who we are, and we don't know exactly who they are. So that's also another thing, is if you know somebody who's currently serving in the military, will not be home for the holidays, please get the address and name to us, and we'll make sure they get more
They're
packages
serving
than they know what to do with.
All right.
Outside of the United
All right,
States.
so now I'm gonna complete the circle here.
Yeah.
So if somebody knows somebody that needs this service,
Yes.
get you the information. So how do they do that?
Well, we're on Facebook.
All right, so what's your
Okay.
Facebook site?
Our Facebook website, or our Facebook page is Lake Erie NY4 Blue Star Mothers. We are called the Lake Erie chapter, but we are really kind of more Chautauqua County. We have a website,
All right, and
Blue-
what's that?
Blue Star Mothers NY4 dot
No, No, that's my
I'm sorry.
email. .com. That's my email. BlueStarMothersNY4.com. .com. Sorry.
It's yours.
I'm
I
like,
don't-
whoa, whoa.
I'm just writing
okay,
it down.
it is. And our website is BlueStarMothers, WNY for Western New York, .org or .com.
Okay, so we can find you.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
if we Google you, we'll
You
find
Google us, you'll find us.
All right, and so
Sorry.
Kathy, then
Sorry.
they'll have, there's a point that says contact us and they can send you.
Yes, email us addresses and names of people who you know are going to be deployed away from their families
Okay,
over
And private
Christmas.
message us. Please don't put them on our Facebook
Oh,
page.
yeah.
right, just get the website.
Yeah, we
and go
need
from
to
there.
keep that secure.
Right.
But if you go to our website, you can also see many of the things that we are asking for donations as far as materials to go inside these care packages. And if you get a chance, take a peek at that. You know, there are certain things we can send, no liquids, no aerosols.
Oh, yes, I know these things.
Yes. Don't try to send Nerf
They
guns.
send it back.
Be
Oh, I always love the
careful.
question, is there any gasoline products in this?
Yeah.
No, I don't know, I was gonna send my son a cup of gasoline or some crazy, I mean, they ask these crazy questions.
We can't send Nerf guns because we found out the hard way.
No
A
sense
group
of
that
humor.
we adopted.
Yeah,
as.
we adopt platoons periodically from Fort Drum.
Okay.
And we had adopted, this is our 4th platoon that we've adopted. So even, we don't have to, they are not just, biological sons and daughters. These are our sons and daughters.
Yes, yes.
And so we welcome all names
Awesome.
of anybody. And
Now, you have some cards on your lap that you keep
yeah.
going through, so,
Well, I was looking for the one about the mothers. But anyway.
but these are cards of thank yous, I'm
Yes.
assuming?
Thank you cards, thank you letters, thank you pictures, notes. I mean, these guys and gals are just so appreciative of everything that we do.
Very
In
nice.
fact, one of them in here was written in a language I don't understand because oftentimes, as you know, they're alongside of other nationals wherever they are. And in this case, this one was from some Dutch troops. And they're just amazed at the kind of support that the American guys and gals get.
We had someone from France that received one of our boxes that
Oh,
was
nice.
working along an American soldier, and
And
he
that
said,
one's right here.
"Yeah, okay.
Here's the letter right here.
I am a French soldier, and as I am deployed in Iraq with at an American headquarters, as the other American officers, I am fighting the Islamic State. Today, as the American officers, I received a box from the Blue Star Mothers, Lake Erie. It was a great event for me to receive a present from the USA, as I am not, unfortunately, used to receiving any presents from France, where our population used to forget the French soldiers in the front line.
Oh my gosh.
I particularly appreciate the shea butter. Be proud of your soldiers and officers as they are well fighting Islamic State. May God bless your nation. Merry and happy Christmas to your team."
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it just, and we have no idea who we're able to reach.
Right.
One year, one of our own children of a member, we sent like 50 boxes to him because he said, "Send us a bunch because I
Yeah.
can get them out there." Well, he planned it all, and he put when he got them there, he put a parachute on each one of them. They got a Bush plane that they kind of they worked for them somehow. I don't know how it all works, but he got them in there, and 2 of the soldiers, the one dressed up as Santa and one an elf, they went over the top of a mountain in Afghanistan to where and dropped them off to where these guys, their families don't even know where they are. They're high-end special ops, and they all received boxes from Western New York, from our community here.
Pretty awesome.
And
Awesome.
one of them went to actually a civilian who had been military, and we have a picture of it here somewhere. But anyway, and he
was training.
he was training Afghan
Yes.
soldiers, and so instead of keeping all of these packages to himself, he
Just
shared
one
them.
package. They just dropped one to him.
Oh, just
Yeah,
one, right. And he shared all the things with these Afghani soldiers, and he explained, as he opened it up, He said, this is from our community. These are handwritten notes from our elementary school children. These are cards made by our school children. And I'll never forget, one of their favorite things was the Skittles. And they got a bag of Skittles, and they just loved that. They loved the hand lotion. And so as he was showing these soldiers the things, he was telling about the American culture, about how we celebrate our holidays, about how the community rallies behind. And they were in awe. And they wrote back to the children. Turns out to be Bemis Point Elementary School.
Gosh.
They sent a letter to us, and we were able to share that back with the
I
school children.
remember Scott would be writing letters back to kids and things like that. Lori, I heard shea butter and hand lotion. What's that all about, Tito? Why would you be sending soldiers shea butter?
Well, when you work hard and you, I'm sure, abuse your body in every possible element,
yes.
Winters here can be tough. You're out shoveling and pushing your car out, whatever.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, all things to look forward to. Your hands get dry and cracked, and I'm sure your feet need some tender, loving care as well. So it never fails to amaze me how something so small can make such a big difference. So things that we don't even think twice about, and it just can make all the difference in the
Things that
world.
we just run to the store and buy like in
Exactly.
a heartbeat, you can't find in that country.
Right.
No.
And if the troops happen to be out in the field, they're not getting 3 squares a day. So if they're able to receive beef jerkies or cans of peanuts or peanut butter is a favorite, any of those high energy foods that are, that can last, we try not to have too many of the things that might crumble and break. But we do encourage people to donate things that are high energy, long lasting
Power
foods.
bars, breakfast bars.
I remember very clearly that Scott would describe one meal that he had, I think it was in Africa, and he said, "Dad, it was disgusting, and I'll eat most anything." And he gave me pause. He said, "Imagine, Dad, they just take a goat, butcher it right then and there, throw it on the barbecue, and some of the hair's still on it." He said, "The smell is just not good." And Scott's a real picky eater, so I bet that peanut butter would have come in real handy right then.
And that's why they always love getting Tabasco sauce too.
Helps too, yeah.
Helps kill some of the taste.
But what I love about these packages that we were able to reach, and especially this man that wrote to us with the Iraqi soldiers, he told us that we're being an advocate for our country. And all the people here, they were showing these Iraqis what Americans do for Americans. And some of these Iraqis, he said, didn't even know their own birthday. They don't even know when they were born. They don't keep track of birthdays. They don't celebrate anything like that. So it was just kind of, that's what meant the world to us, is that we were able to be a diplomat really for our country and show people there, what Americans do for Americans, and it said something to them. So and it's not us. It's not us. It's our community.
I'll share a little moment. I've done the Mayville Parade for the last, 7 or 8 years, and I see you guys come marching down there, and it is just like, I just got to kind of take my breath away. And I don't know what there is about it. It's just very emotional for me, so that's really cool.
Because we're just a bunch of moms.
We are. We're just.
But I know what you represent,
Yes.
and I know how powerful that is. So
Yeah.
it's really
Well, that's where I found Blue Star Mothers, is at the Mayville Parade.
Did you really?
And they went by, and it was right after my son got home, and I was a mess, and I saw the emblem, and I saw these moms around this car, and I followed them, left my family right down the sidewalk, and I was like, they are not getting away. I need to know who these women are. I need to be a part of this, and that's when I joined, and it changed my life.
Awesome. Did you have something you were going to share, Kathy, or were you?
I was trying to find that photo of the dressed in the Santa beard, and
Okay.
I have that.
it was in there
Right.
somewhere.
Amazing.
I'll just keep poking
Just keep
through
looking.
it.
Keep flipping.
Okay.
It's in
Yeah,
there.
we are beginning now. If anybody would like to be a collection site for us, we would so much appreciate it. And just contact me and we'll either get a box or we'll show you how to make a box. We have an email that explains how that all works with things that you can print off and put on the box, and that explain everything, our collection, suggested collection items.
Okay, so we got this picture.
Yeah, isn't
All
this
right,
great?
So let's zoom in on this.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a picture of one of our very own sons. And he's dressed up. You won't be able to figure out who it is. Don't try. He's disguised as an elf and then a Santa.
That is a heck of a beard.
It's a mop.
It's a mop.
I can't tell.
And they were in a very protected place, high in a mountain. And so they had to actually one of the sons got called in to the platoon leader or whatever. And they said, "Who are these blue mobs
from Western New York?" And what did they send you?
Because we had sent him like 2 pallets of boxes. And what do these moms do? So anyway, he was in charge of distributing them all over to the different sites.
What is the verbiage on there? Is there something special?
U.S. soldiers dressed for the holiday as Santa Claus and an elf watch the Afghanistan countryside from the tail of an aircraft after delivering bundles containing care packages, Christmas stockings, and mail to soldiers stationed at a remote base in eastern Afghanistan, December 24th, 2013. The soldiers are assigned to the Combined Joint Special Operations Task Force, Afghanistan. And so this was actually by
It was on Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
It was in their paper on Christmas Day, 2013. That was on the front page.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if my son got one of those, because he was
possibly
in Afghanistan.
Possibly.
Wow, so
Yeah.
cool. And so, so many times we hear, people collect money and the money never goes anywhere. We hear people collect this and it doesn't go anywhere. So this is
very
obviously
careful with our money.
very evident
100%.
that you have proof that it gets there. And
100% of it. Yeah.
very awesome. Okay, so let's run some statistics here. So how many folks belong to your organization right now, locally?
25 to 30 probably, sometimes we've been up to 40. It just depends,
We're not a huge group.
No.
But we do a huge work.
By club standards, that's a good sized group of people. I mean, most clubs are like 5 and 6 these days. Okay, so I was supposed to make sure, Lori talked about associate member and what that means and how do you become an associate member. Take it away.
Well, I don't have, my daughter is only 10 and a half, so she's not currently serving. She has.
That's a good thing.
Yes,
Get an
thankfully.
education first, then see the world.
She has no plans to enlist at any time, she says. So, just as a friend of the Blue Star mothers, I'm a Blue Star friend, I encourage my daughter and friends, my workmates, to get involved. You don't have to have a family member currently serving.
So just any interested party.
Exactly.
And so is there a membership fee? Do you have to
For an associate,
special
there's
handshake,
not.
secret passwords?
No,
anything like that?
we hug. We're huggers.
We're huggers.
So
I have a feeling that would be there.
yeah.
Some of us are criers.
Yeah.
Some
I
of
was
us
going to
are.
say,
I'm
we're-
trying to keep
we're-
it together right
we're 40 minutes into the show now, and we still haven't gotten the box of Kleenex where I was looking for it earlier. And you guys are going to set me up here again.
No, anyone who wants to support our troops, anyone is welcome to join our, and it's free. It only costs moms $30 a year to join, but everyone else is free.
Okay.
So, but moms are the only ones, because it's congressionally chartered, we're the only ones allowed to vote on certain things and to, be run for offices and that kind of thing.
Hence, associate member is
But an
is a
associate
supporting
member, yes, a supporting member, and she is just as important to our group as anyone else.
Yeah.
Sure.
I always say I'm just an associate member.
No.
And Susan corrects me every time.
Did anybody in your family serve?
Yep, I've had family members
You're golden.
throughout the years.
You're a Blue Star sibling or daughter or
Exactly.
whatever.
Cousin and niece and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to instill this patriotism in my daughter and her friends. we do we wear Red Fridays to remember everyone deployed, and my daughter has taken that to her elementary school to get her friends.
What school does she go to?
Purcell.
Purcell, okay.
So, and they'll be collecting care package items and coloring cards for me, and so I really appreciate it.
So, piggybacking on what Lori said, the children are a huge encouragement to our deployed
They
troops.
love this time of year for this.
Yeah, so if
And
you
our
are involved,
troops love them.
if you're involved in any kind of a youth group or a school or, you know, just
Boy Scouts,
Girl Scouts, anything like that, encourage them to make cards, write letters. These guys, every single letter, almost every one, they say, we loved those cards. We have them hanging all around.
And it doesn't just have to be
our
one card
barracks.
they could get multiple cards.
Oh,
right?
usually
More
every
the better.
box has 10.
We try to include a lot of cards right in the box.
On the top, so when they open the box, that's the first thing they see.
And probably put a little note in there.
Oh, yes.
We
You know,
put a little
I
note.
think I've seen some of those that Scott had. I think it was just, hi, I'm like 7 years old, and how are you? And I like,
And
you
you're my
know,
hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
something along
I
those
mean, that's
lines,
all
yeah.
they need to hear.
And thank you.
And thank you. Thank you. We thank you for what you're doing.
Okay, so now if people are listening, they have to go to your website or wherever to find out where to take this stuff? or-
We're happy to take personal phone calls.
Do we have a phone? What number are we going to use for that? The one you used earlier?
Well,
My number
we
is
can give you both.
450-5593.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to get involved, if I can put a collection box at your workplace, your church, your youth group, anywhere. Again, the community's been huge in the
Wonderful.
Oh,
support.
Okay, now I'm not being silly now, but how big is the box? Because people say, well, how big is it?
It's a large flat
It's a
rate.
paper box.
Okay,
Oh,
so
We just
that to collect, right?
the collection
Sorry.
boxes you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, we try not to be too, intrusive with that. So we give us just a small paper size
then
box.
when it's filled up, call
And
us
then
and we'll come get it.
We come and empty it, and then, or they can, put it aside, so that it's not like taking a huge area in their business, but yet, we want it to be a present. So we decorate the box beautifully, and we try to put our Blue Star emblem on there.
Nice.
Yes, and we put
So
a
it's an
little
eye-catcher.
poster explaining what it is that we're doing, and then also a list of suggested donations,
Perfect.
and we kind of
And we
talk.
sent
Okay,
you
now
that.
this is where I get tough on my viewers and listeners. All right. So, ladies, is there any particular part of the county that we need to pepper some of these boxes in that you can think of?
Well, we're not, we're from, the more the southern part of the county. So the northern part, we've had a lot of people call and ask what they can do, and I've gotten a lot of support from the northern part of the country, but but we need more up north, and that's great. And
Okay.
we're going to be collecting these items on Thursday, November 29th at the Fluvanna Community Church starting at 6. If anyone can drop them off, maybe come and help. They're welcome to stay and help us organize. That's our organizational night. Because it's a huge process to send 900 plus. Hopefully, we're going to hit 1,000 this year.
Wow.
Boxes, and in a matter of 3 hours. We have to be very organized, and this is where this girl comes in. She is the most organized person I know, and she keeps everybody together.
Except not in my binder, I'm not
Yeah.
organized.
All right. I told you this was going to happen at the beginning of this. Before we went here, we have 30 seconds left.
Right.
Kathy, she's been talking a lot. What do you
Yes.
want to say?
I want to say, call me, 450-5593, if you would like to be part of our mission,
Okay.
the Blue Star Mothers.
Lori?
Find me at Lakeshore Savings Bank next to Wegmans.
And you'll talk with them? and
I will
help them
talk with
anyway.
you, drop things off.
Okay, Madam President, you get the last 10
Well,
seconds
thank
here.
you. I just want to thank our community and come and help us and support us. I also want to talk about a Gold Star Hero website that we've just have been helping start, www.chqvmwmemorial.org. It's Chautauqua County Veterans of Modern Warfare Memorial, and it's for our Gold Star Heroes.
Okay, please send me all information all the time about what you folks are doing so I can announce it every
will.
Saturday morning as well. We've run out of time as always. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I know that these ladies are doing good work. Let's help them support those that are out there supporting our country. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you all again next Saturday right here at 9 o'clock. I'm Doc Hamels, Chautauqua Sunrise. Take care now. Bye now. How fast was that? Did I not?